Hello and welcome to Naija's Geeking podcast. This is episode 197. And today we are all complete with some people always transitioning names and God knows what else. What are you today?
Wakanda forever.
Our audience cannot hear you.
I said Wakanda forever. Wakanda today.
So what inspired this new long lost identity?
Why must that be a reason?
I think he had some jollof rice this afternoon.
Why must there be a reason?
No, I wanted to quote a certain presidential candidate is that one day you are this, another day you are that. Oh.
I defy reason.
Remind me today. Last week it was American, right?
It was the American last week.
I wasn't the American last week.
What were you last week?
The King's
We are
Hand.
confused with your identities.
I'm reminding you, I was the King's Hand last week.
The King's Hand.
The King's Hand.
Oh yeah.
So the American, King's Hand, the regular, the Wakandan. I know you guys are into your identities, your transitioning, your fluidity. You know, very confused people.
Very. Yeah.
I am what I say I am. you
Okay,
guys
so you
refer to me as Wakanda if you don't want to talk about me.
okay. Kex, how are you doing?
I'm good today. I'm good. Glad to be here again. How are you doing?
Yeah. How do you feel with your team start of the league?
Wow. Don't get me started.
Today that was a bit of a cheap shot. Cheap shot.
It's really like no. I won't joke with you about it. It's not funny. I won't take that from you.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. Dapo, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, unlike some people, we are still smiling.
We are still smiling. Yes,
smiling.
that's the most important part of it. Smile as much as you can. Yeah. Okay. So moving into today's podcast, we will be going into some comics that we are currently reading, some interesting trailers that drop, and we'll be looking at a movie that apparently dropped over the weekend to some new historic records, if I might put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Dapo, you want to start off first with The Crow?
Yeah, so The Crow, the reboot remake of the Crow movie, which I'm not going to struggle to remember when the original was made. I'm sure it's midnight. It was in early 90s.
94, I think.
Okay, 94.
94.
So and we're going to talk about a documentary about a well-known actor, and he was very popular, but he also had a kind of a tragic end to his life in a way. To me, The Crow brings back some memories of tragedy as well, because the original starred the son of Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, and I think it was his first big major role.
Like it was his first starring role. Yeah.
Role, yes. It was meant to propel him into future superstardom. Yeah. And unfortunately, he died on set from a gunshot accident. You know, it was sad because for back in the day, his father was a massive superstar. You don't get bigger than his father. He was coming up, and people were hoping for great things.
Yeah.
So this film, this reboot, obviously brought back that memories. Yeah. Now let's forget about that. Let's talk about this film. I've not seen it. It came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
23rd. It came out on Friday.
Okay. So it's not that. Okay, so it's not that long ago. So this weekend. No. All right. Okay. Fine. But the critics seem to have woken up on the wrong side of the bed, and they have gone for this film hardcore.
Yeah.
They've ripped it to shreds.
And I get it.
Kex, why do you get it?
I haven't watched this movie, and I considered watching this. It's weird, right? So when I heard that they were doing a remake of this, I thought it was a really bad idea. First of all, I was like, why is anybody redoing The Crow? Like, rather than anything, if you don't, I would prefer if you just did even a sequel.
Did you watch the original?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I watched the original in the 90s, like early 90s, like maybe 94, 95. Yeah, and I loved it. It was literally like I was insane. I loved it so much. But it's also one of those films that doesn't age well. So, it felt like maybe they were going to do a reboot or whatever this was. And I was talking about sequels, but I remember now they did about 2 sequels. Mark Dacascos was in one of them. Was the Crow?
Black
character in one of them, and it shouldn't really. It's an idea that doesn't really translate. I don't know why they decided to dig this or exhume this, and wash it. And then the trailer that I saw is thoroughly uninspiring. It stars Bill Skarsgård, who I don't know why he does these movies. This one and Boy Kills World. I don't know why he does movies like
Boy Kills World was fun.
Then you watch this one and have fun as well.
No,
because I don't see the difference.
No,
they look like cheap movies to me that I don't know why they're being done. The trailer looked. I think he's in it with today a music person. Is it FKA something? Twix? The musician girl. Twins. FKA yes.
Twix. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, she's in the movie.
She's his partner or spouse in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, thus he has to come back. So the story is very, very similar to the 94 one, but it looks really cheap. So I'm not surprised that it's doing so poorly. But just how poorly it's doing is what I could have anticipated.
Yeah.
What have you heard about this film?
Well, I the reviews savage. Now, I would say the trailer actually intrigued me when I saw the trailer. I thought, oh, actually, I did. I was kind of, this might be good, and I like the actor, and I don't know. When I think about, I said like the actor, and then I start to ask myself, why do you like this actor? And I can't even answer that question. And I was like, I'm probably robbing off from his brothers, and giving him some credit from his brothers. But so I was kind of excited. Now I've lost reading some of these reviews. Totally killed my any ginger I have to go and watch this in the cinema. And to be honest, now that you were talking about the past ones, in my mind there were 3. I've just opened there's like 5 of them.
I thought there were 4. Yeah,
I did not realize that.
Yeah, I think some of them were straight to video.
Okay, that might explain a lot. I don't know how bad this film is. I've not seen it, so I'm not going to start judging about a film that I've never seen.
Yeah.
But when then I looked at the box office, and why are you laughing? Apparently, over the weekend, it's made 4.3 million. Now, somebody told me that number, and I thought, what is that just for my local cinema? But apparently, that is the global take. That's ridiculous.
It is. The movie cost 50 million.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. But having said that, there's a lot out in cinema at the moment.
Is there really? I mean, this is the time when there is no movie that is, how would I put it now, that is coming out new. That is new in the cinema right now.
Alien Romulus is the same time.
That was like a week ago.
No.
Yeah, it's the biggest movie right now, but still, it's like yeah. Okay,
we have Deadpool and Wolverine tapering off.
No, yeah, it's tapering off.
No, I'm with you. It's tapering off. We have Alien Romulus, which is second week. We have the Blake Lively movie. We have the Channing Tatum movie. But there's not really much on this.
So okay. Sorry, audience. I will stop making excuses.
No, you know what? For this particular movie, I was not interested at all. I saw the trailer, I didn't like it. But now I'm intrigued because the reviews are so bad that it's the kind of thing that is so bad. You just want to see the train wreck of the movie. And this is when I wish I had time. But unfortunately, I don't have enough time to watch this. It's not. It will not make it up the list in time for me to watch it.
If you really want to watch it today, you can find time to watch it.
Nah, I have way other things, way more things to watch before I can get to this on my list. But yeah, I'm very intrigued in just how bad it is.
We're ready watching this.
I'm like, I've not seen it now. I'm like Tunde here. I was not interested. I had absolutely no interest in seeing this. But
yeah.
Even me,
did anybody read the comics?
What?
Okay. Did anybody ever read the comics back in the day?
No, I never got.
You did, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
I think I read it, but I only read it after the movie came out.
Yeah. I read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised it's this bad because this is the standard revenge movie that is popular nowadays with John Wick on the Mr. Nobody. A lot of them are making these types of movies where and that's what happens to Phil. But okay.
The reviews are shocking. I mean,
they are shockingly bad.
Shockingly bad. They shredded the movie to bits. So
I think it got like single digits in Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check the RT. I think the RT was like 6%.
Something like it was 8% or something crazy like that.
It was it's up to 19% now. But still, now, but like the way the most of the first reviews I saw of this movie were coming out, it was like people were taking glee in finding the worst ways to describe a movie. I'm like, oh wow, okay. This is really
I don't feel too bad. I don't feel too bad.
Do we know the director, Rupert Sanders?
No.
I don't know.
Check out what he has directed before.
What? Ghost in the Shell? Snow White and the
Huntsman wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, that was a good
movie.
What did you
say? What?
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah.
Oh, that was all right. Yeah, that was
all right.
Stewart and
yeah,
that was all right.
Ghost in the Shell, I didn't watch that, but
it was okay. It was okay. It was a faithful adaptation.
Yeah, I didn't mind. I didn't mind that either. To be honest.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Then maybe one of you can volunteer to check out the movie and let us know.
No, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Maybe when it comes out on stream.
I'm not liking this new Dark Ball.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it now.
You'll watch it.
I'll report back for the cast.
Yeah.
For the cast.
I'll do. You know what? I'll do a review next week.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's good. That's good thing. But why we chose to lead off with this subject is because there are some similarities to the next topic on our list, which is the trailer for Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story. So the trailer drops today. We told Gon that, hey, we don't have a lot of topics to talk about. Please give us something to talk about. And he said, exactly. So he dropped the trailer for us today so we can discuss for you guys. Okay. Yeah. Have you all seen it?
I haven't.
I have.
I have seen it.
Before we talk about the trailer, I'm not being mischievous here. I'm actually a genuine question here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This film is made in conjunction with Warner.
Yes.
Okay. There is this film just a year before the new Superman movie.
I want to go first.
Correct?
Yes.
This film is reminding of Christopher Reeve's how great Superman he was.
Yeah, his legacy.
His legacy,
yeah.
In a way to overshadow the bad, tasteful memory of our friend.
No, so
I don't agree.
No, so this was not made by. This was not made by Warner per se. It was a co-production with an indie studio, I think, that James Gunn saw at a festival, one of these music festivals, and decided to pick it up because of how much he liked it.
Okay. And because he knew it's a way to diminish the presence of Henry Cavill, pump up the, you might call me a conspiracy. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you sound like a Snyder bot right now.
I'll go first because I was going to ask. So I actually I was looking forward to this trailer. But after seeing it, the first question I was going to ask was why. It didn't give me the same. Not that I didn't enjoy. I'm familiar with the story. There's nothing new there. I'm like, so it's not looking like a reach to connect it to the movie coming out and
no. So all this promotion, this is a minor documentary. All this promotion that is happening for it is just because gone through it at Sundance and said, you know what, I'm going to push it to theater.
You answered my question. I didn't know why, because I can't see the reason for it. I don't see the impact of the reason.
I don't know why Red is pretending he didn't hear everything I said earlier. That's why.
But that's what I said. I said I was going to ask why, but question.
Yeah.
So.
I saw the trailer. I saw. Kex, you not seen the trailer, right?
I haven't.
Right. Can I say I saw the trailer, and it killed every single urge in me to watch this in the cinema.
Okay.
Completely. Same thing with me.
Okay, so that's what Red said as well. But I want to understand.
Yeah.
No, I want to understand what did you expect?
I don't know what I expected, but seeing the images,
yes,
instantly watching it, I thought this is going to show me this guy in a state I don't want to see him in too much of. It literally, I don't want to see him in that state.
Okay.
Why?
Even in the trailer, setting of the images, I didn't like it.
Okay. What didn't you like?
Him looking helpless, half-shaven head, him helpless. You know, him kind him. I know this is what happened to me in real life, but I don't want to go into this film and then be pitying this guy. And I feel watching this film will make me a bit more upset about how he ended. I don't know. I don't think
I don't think that's what they're trying to do with it. Because from the trailer, the tone of the trailer is like, we are celebrating what he did with his life after that.
Today, what they want to do is very clear.
Yeah.
How he fought through adversity, how he still managed to become a shining light for things he's doing. But I'm telling you, that's the intention. I'm telling you, the impact it's having on me.
It's different. Yeah.
It's totally different. I'm not saying that's what they want. Yes, I agree. The message is clear. Even in training, the message is clear. What they're trying to get across. I get it. And in a way, the trainer's done enough, and I understand that message, and I'm happy to take that message. And I don't need to see film anymore. This guy went through a lot of crap, and he's still managed to contribute to society, to put things in that are still helping people to this day. I've got that. Good. I don't see any more of those images I saw in that trailer for like an hour or whatever.
Okay. I'll be honest. This is kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm wondering why you thought you would get something else. Did you think you'd actually see a human being flying across the screen, or what? Like what?
No.
Yeah.
There's times when they talk about a film. I knew what happened to him. I've seen.
Of course.
I've seen the.
I'm not familiar with it. Yeah.
The created images of him post what happened to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This documentary has some images I've never seen before.
Okay.
Where he looks
raw stuff.
Okay. Where he looks really bad.
Yeah. And then we see like the interview with the children talking about how their experiences with that with them.
That I liked. I like those bits. Yeah. I like those bits.
Okay. Yeah. But I actually am interested in watching this. Like I like it a lot.
Wow. Actually.
Yeah. So I saw this and I'm like, okay, yes. I'm actually going to go and watch the first Superman movie again, just in preparation for this. And just based off the trailer.
Which one of them are you going to watch? Superman 4?
The first one. I specifically mentioned the first Superman movie. And just that. I'm not doing anything else apart from that. But yeah, like...
No, you should... If you're going to watch it, jokes aside, you really should watch 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
They'll literally film together. And it should be watched as one movie.
Yeah, 2 was the one with the spinning of the Earth, right?
No, that's one.
That was one.
That's actually one.
Yeah. That was actually one.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah. So yeah, but like I'm going to go watch those ones again. And this particular, I'm like, yes, this is the family and friends thing that they are doing. It's not as if it's not as if someone is just doing it to make it quick. But the family's been interviewed. They are giving their permission for this. So it's like, let them tell the story. This man has done a lot for the comic book world. He ought to be celebrated. It's not as if someone comes and says, I'm making a Stan Lee documentary about his life, up until how we know he ended up, with all the shitty stories we heard about him. We'll say we heard about the people handling him, I mean. Yeah, not him himself, but like the way it was handled towards the end. As I said, I'm going to make a documentary about this. We will say we're not going to watch because of how sad that story makes us. No, it's a celebration of it, and it's not as if it's a tragedy, obviously, but there is still something good to get out of it. So yeah.
Like when it was even advertised, I was like, I'm not going to watch this. I don't
watch this. Is it that it's so painful for you guys to watch?
It is.
I think there's an element.
Yeah.
Of that in it.
So it's like. Do you know Richard Pryor, the stand-up comedian?
Yeah.
So he had multiple sclerosis, like MS. And he was MS, like very. And earlier then they weren't managing it as well as people do now. So it was devastating. Like by the time he left, he was like in a wheelchair. He was shaking. He wasn't. So I wouldn't watch a Richard Pryor documentary showing Richard Pryor's life and his breakdown as well, because there are people that just like I love Michael J. Fox. I wouldn't watch something showing me.
I find it hard to watch
him as well. It will be very difficult. So I think that's partly, seeing this larger than life person and then the impact of such a thing on his family, his wife, his kids. Some children that don't even remember daddy ever standing or walking because their earliest memory was him in a wheelchair.
Invalid.
It's difficult for me.
But isn't this the story of him getting through it?
What did he get through?
Impact, like
he died now. Did he survive?
No. Like the impact. No, see, I'm saying that there is what's this thing called? He had that incident.
Okay.
It could have gotten worse. But the way he chose to live his life after that incident.
So today, let's put it this way.
Okay.
I watched a documentary literally yesterday. About China. People who were listening, she was a wrestler before your time. She's a female wrestler.
China, the musician, the wrestler. Sorry.
Yeah, she was like the Rock in terms of female wrestling.
Yeah.
I watched that, and it also has a very tragic end. But I enjoyed watching that because. Even though back in my mind, I think I do remember a slight that she went off the rails. I didn't know any of the details at all. So I was learning. I was learning all of this in this documentary. In case of Chris Reeves, I know everything that happened to him already.
Yeah,
I lived through it, and it was not like a celebrity that I don't pay attention to. Yeah. Every time it was in the news, I was legit. So everything they cover, I knew.
Yeah,
I will hear what you have to say about him, which is going to be good. But as I said, some of those images I saw disturbed me instantly, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to see this. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. I mean, the same way we don't watch. I mean, not all of us, but I know you don't, and I don't. We don't watch slavery movies again because
I don't.
It's tragedy porn. We like. So I get it.
So just be very clear. It's not against the film itself. Yeah. And I hope a lot of people go and watch it. People, especially people who don't know about him and learn about him and all the things he went through. And I think it's going to be great for the family, you know, because even those, as you said, those kids who did not grow up seeing him, it's always good for them to have a memory, to see images of him at his peak and and share it with everybody else.
Well, yeah,
I mean, he is my Superman. We'll talk about this guy. He is my Superman. I've before the film came out, I had seen these black and white Superman flying around, like somebody throwing themselves off the cliff, pretending to fly type.
Yeah,
he was the first big budget superhero movie that I ever watched.
Yeah.
The effects to me in that time were mind blowing.
Cutting edge. Yeah.
You would. I mean, even the tag was like a boast of the special effects. That's how
I believe it was.
Indeed.
So, I like one thing. One thing I really liked was the Superman quote, where his quote of who a superhero was. That when he talked about, he used to believe a superhero or someone who does something extraordinary, like save people all of that, but now we believe someone that the will to get through tragedy, to get through difficult times.
Yeah.
And yeah, I kind of really like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think like to your point, I think it's definitely worth a watch. It's just
it's going to be a difficult watch. It's going to be very difficult watch. Like I expect to come out watching that balling. So I expect a lot of tears
from yourself.
For myself, yeah.
From the Hitmonger himself. No, wow. Okay.
I'm a Superman fan. Like we cannot admit. I'm sure if either of you watch it, you want to come out in tears.
Can I ask a question? And this is for our listeners. I'm asking you this question for the benefit of our listeners. What is your relationship with Christopher Reeves?
He was Superman was the first one.
Even for you see him as
the first
or as the Superman?
Not now. The Superman for me was the animated show. This was the first. This was the first one. So I saw the animated show before I saw this one. So that has been one last.
I seem to remember you saying you can't relate to Christopher Reeves the way we do.
Yeah. So when I watched this one, I remember watching when I was young and finding it very funny. Then I watched it a bit older and I was like, yeah, there's a lot of cringe in this. There's a lot of. This is why people consider Superman boring. When I watched that one, and that was when we started getting all these other edgy movies about superheroes and stuff like that. And you now look at Christopher Reeve Superman, and you're like, yeah, there are some issues here.
You can't argue about that. I guess it is a product of his time, very much so. Yeah. You know, and they went full comic book sensibilities of that era as well.
Exactly.
In it,
yeah. But I remember still as a kid loving it. Especially this part with the spinning of the Earth backward, and it was what we used to win arguments when we were in primary school. Superman versus anybody. That if Superman is like, he will spin the Earth backwards and he wins the fight automatically. So
okay, when I say that now, I said to myself, so in the 70s, they sat down in the writer's room, and so I said, to time travel, you turn the Earth backwards.
That's not what they did.
And everything rewinds.
That's not what they did. They did that as much as in the comic book, in the editor's room or in the writer's room or in the artist's room, somebody will say, okay, Superman, you hold his cape on Earth and he will stretch it all the way to the moon. It was ridiculous, but that was what they thought, that they were entertaining rather than
it wasn't meant to be. Comics were not meant to be logical.
Yeah, but you see, my issue is you know I always have an issue. Not generally, but
when it comes to time travel,
the name of the writer and what that writer meant to me, and then seeing me write that.
What's right?
Mario Puzo, writer of The Godfather.
Well, that makes more sense actually, because that is what he thought it was. So someone like Stanley would probably not write that. Or someone like Mario Puzo, who is a crime writer or a gangster Italian Sicilian writer, will be like, you know what, this is what my kid would like. You know, so this is their expectation.
And it's like it's nowadays we are so hung up on what's this thing called logic and all of that.
Yeah.
Back then it was like possibilities, endless possibilities. Guys, that's what it's meant to represent.
We're still arguing Endgame today.
Up till now. Yes.
Today when people like saying no, that logic doesn't make sense. Till date, you can check Quora or Reddit or something.
Even on this podcast, if we start talking about Endgame now, we'll see argue.
We're talking about pasta. Okay, spaghetti sauce of multiverse. I mean, now we're more critical of things.
No, we are.
Yeah, I don't even hold it. I mean, the ones that I struggle with. And I know we've got down to Superman.
I'm always happy with the Superman rabbit hole.
Yeah, is Superman 3 and 4, where in 4 Quest for Peace, he's flying into space with Lewis, and things like that. Those are just so bad. I can't wrap my head around it.
4 was bad. Some of 3 was bad. 4 was terrible.
4 was really bad. 3 was 3 had him have basically an outer body experience, and he fought against him.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. That thing scared me when I watched it.
I have to admit, as a kid, that's one of my favorite scenes.
That sequence where he fought against himself and he was put in the trash compactor. That scene it was seared in my heart when I watched it. I can never forget it.
You know what I remember from that scene? What? Him sitting at a bar, not shaven, flicking peanuts.
Peanuts at the window.
Everybody getting scared in the bar. So I like
that. So anyway, so you're going to watch. When is this movie coming out, by the way?
The Superman.
Yeah,
let me come.
Super slash man.
I don't think it's going to be.
Theater is just too. If a limited theatrical release, then it's going to stream it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You almost certainly have to download this.
Okay.
You watch that and let us know.
I would definitely watch it and let you guys know. It's something
so
I'm looking
still
for.
On DC. Tom King, Jenny Sparks. So who has the gist of this? Who?
Is that more?
I have the gist.
Tell us a little.
Of Tunde's favorite writer doing the same thing again. So this is written by Tom King.
Okay.
Jenny Sparks is a character that's been around for a while. She's a member of the authority. She's the leader of the authority.
Okay.
In most cases, she's what you call a century baby. In DC, basically, a century baby is somebody who's born at the turn of the century, and it's meant to be a protector of that.
Something like that, exactly.
Of that century, you know.
Yeah.
So they're almost like antibodies for those 100 years.
Okay.
Jenny Sparks she's a Brit, and she's written as a Brit in the way Americans tend to like to show Brits, like sarcastic, smoking, foul-mouthed, type. And I love Jenny Sparks. I love the character. I've always loved the character.
Yeah.
Now, Tom King, just to give you some background, is a writer that I love to hate.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying he's a bad writer at all.
He's not.
But sometimes he follows a formula too often.
Yeah.
And this book.
And sometimes he turns characters on their head.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
No. Not in the way
you do all the time.
The idea is a good thing. Continue.
So now this is my biggest issue, Kex. This book, he's doing it again.
For sure. Because that's what
Jenny Sparks is the Jenny Sparks we know. That doesn't really change.
Okay.
He gets her.
Okay.
We've got the Justice League guys here. In here as well, and he does the thing that he always tends to do when he has his own main character. Then he kind of makes other external characters look stupid next to that character. He's doing it again here, where the way Jenny Sparks, which is not out of character, speaks to the rest of Justice League, it is disrespectful, but they take it and they don't feel really So which is kind of a bit of annoyance, especially with Batman, So there's that element there, but that's not even my biggest issue. But that's another factor that you always do this. I know, Tom, you're always doing this.
Yeah.
The story he's writing is good. My biggest issue is, guess who's the villain is of this book?
Who?
At the moment, the main threat, the villain, the person who's gone nuts. Again, is another hero gone nuts type person. And this time round, it's Captain Atom.
Captain Atom has been depicted of late as kind of borderline.
He's always been borderline from Shadow.
Almost like Major Glory. Is that the guy's name?
Sorry? Don't mix it up with Major Disaster.
Major. Is it Disaster? Is that his name? Is it Major Disaster or Major Glory? No, I know. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not saying.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he's always been a bit borderline. I don't know how to explain.
Is that soldier that can always explode?
Exactly.
Well, go and read this comic. This is not a soldier exploding.
No,
this is literally
he's under mind control or something.
Not as far as I don't understand. It might sound better. He's basically acting like the Joker in this book, and he's killing at that level.
It's very Tom King.
It's Tom King, but like I don't get the sense he's in full control of what's happening.
Like, it's like a lunatic. It's like a full-blown psychopath lunatic, which obviously doesn't look like he's in control. But at the moment, they're not giving us an out.
Yeah.
Or at the moment, but to them, be 100% right. It might turn out that maybe somebody's done something to his mind. But he's his friend. And what I don't also get is, hang a minute, there's a history in DC of Captain Atom and the rest of the Justice League. They should be dealing with this, not Jenny Spark.
Exactly. So if Batman is coming to tell Jenny Sparks to go deal with this, there feels like there's something more to it than just Captain Atom turning into a madman all by himself. So I'm willing to give, Tom King has his issues when he's writing a book.
Yep.
A lot of issues. He writes standalone novels in DC using DC characters.
Yes.
He writes DC characters only in name only and just does the thing. But no matter what, if you change the names of his character, his stories are generally consistent. Like I won't take a Tom King book and start finding plot holes, massive plot holes in. Okay, yeah, there are plenty. Sorry, I just.
Yes, plot holes, but again, I think it's too tied to what you were saying. He uses those characters, but he doesn't use them the way they've been established properly. And then he will job certain characters just to suit his own characters.
Yes.
So it's like he has a theme he's trying to sell with his stories, and it's always the real world theme, either mental illness, revolution sucks, things like that, or subverting real world explanations.
And so another thing that annoys me is visually even.
Yeah.
And I now believe he actually tells his artist how he wants those panels laid out.
Yeah, no, he does the 9-panel layout.
Absolutely.
The similarities between his comic and the panel laying out is too much. And there's literally a sequence here that I've seen at least in 2 other books of his where you got pictures of the character Atom walking into the bar, little bubbles. He does it too often.
No,
it becomes repetitive. So
I mean, right now I can even think of I can think of the panel work with is it Omega Man? Is it Omega Man?
Omega Man was all 9-panel layouts all through.
Yeah, exactly. So Omega Man, Wonder Woman, where else did I see this?
Vision. All his books. Vision.
So you know that
Vision was in Penguin.
You know that 9-panel thing there where someone is.
The one he had recently with the fallen, the gods, the new gods, and those kids.
Gods. And
I can't remember the title. This a lot of panels very like Danger Street.
Yeah.
To be honest, some of the scenes with Starman in Danger Street, and actually in this book, are so similar.
So how many issues has he released yet?
One, just one.
It's just one.
And funny enough, I can't tell you. I still think I still enjoyed reading it, but already I'm enjoying reading it, but I'm getting irked already by saying, oh God, come on, please do something different.
People have their styles they lean into. You might not like this style.
No, but
saying because even Hickman, for example, has his.
Sorry. There's styles, and there's where you almost. When I read your comic and I know this one, it's almost like I'm reading the same thing. That there's nothing really new anymore.
Hickman.
Yeah, no, Tom King.
Hickman.
No. So overarching, the style how you lay things out. I'm telling you, page by page, some of these pictures, I can rip them out and put them in another book.
Okay. Fair
You know,
enough.
and because he's writing so many over so short a time, it's more obvious to us.
Yeah.
I mean, within the last year, he's had like 3 or 4 books.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, and he's doing it so later. It's like reading James Hadley Chase, and you tell
that's
James
a
Hadley Chase.
really good analogy.
Yeah,
that's a really good analogy.
And when Hadley Chase writes his books, normally there's at least a year and a half in between them.
Yeah.
But imagine he's dropping them every month. After a while, oh, guy, now this is the same guy now. He's doing the same thing in that book now.
Yeah. There's too much of a similarity.
Yeah, so it's and one thing, because sometimes he always has gems every now and then that he knocks it out of the park.
Yeah.
I cannot not read one of his books when it comes
I
out.
understand.
Tom King is good at what he's doing. And
I understand.
For all your complaints about this book, let's not forget, Dennis Park is a black label. It's not tied to any continuity, 1. So 2, this first issue you're complaining about, we don't fully know what's going on yet. So,
Are they not all black labels / alternates? Sort of.
No, the Hero in Crisis.
I did not realize
Hero in Crisis and Wonder Woman.
I did not realize this was even black label.
Okay, Wonder Woman is mainstream. Yeah, Wonder Woman is mainstream.
Wonder Woman is mainstream. Hero in Crisis was especially offensive because it was mainstream.
Yeah, that was at the time.
Yeah. There was this thing like Tom King always has a special spot in my with his books.
Yeah, but you see, here's my thing right now. Every single one of his black label, is there's a character that everybody knows and love, and he's not a black person.
Yeah.
After a while, guys, do something else now.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I like the way. One thing I like about I'll give Tom King regardless, the way he marries real world politics or real world scenarios into superhero world, which is something DC does not tend to do. Like putting spy stuff, CIA grounded, CIA. How would I put it now? What's the way for this?
Like work, intelligence work.
Yeah, putting intelligence work into his comic, making it feel grounded, making the place feel like, okay, this is a world inhabited by humans. He does that sometimes in his books. Maybe 1 or 2 characters. And I always like that juxtaposition. Not a lot of writers take the time to do that well. So yeah, I'll give this book a read. I'll
read it. Yeah. I'll read it because it has to do with the authority, not necessarily because
of Tom King. I probably won't read most.
I would not read a book just because it's Tom King. I'll be like, I'm like this. Because Dangerous Streets, I don't even think I finished the first issue. I was like, this is not. Rorschach, I up until like maybe the first 6 issues, but I was like, after I was like, okay, you know,
you went far with Rorschach.
Yeah, that I'm forcing myself because I think we're still dissecting it on the podcast then, and I was like, I'm forcing myself to do this. The Human Targets too, I dropped that to about maybe 4 issues in. I was like, okay, you know what?
They are going to make a TV show about that.
Yes, but I don't know if it's the story, the story. There used to be a TV series about this, right?
That's why they made who was the enemy in that one? They made Gaga look like an idiot.
Yeah,
and then Ice. And then Ice. But again, as you said,
it was a good Noah story.
It was not, Joe. It was not. I find all those books you mentioned. I finished all of them. I finished In the Streets. I finished the Rorschach one. I finished the Human Target one.
There was what's this called? Adam Strange one, which I didn't mind.
That book. I enjoyed that one.
Strange Tales.
Strange Tales. I enjoyed that. But see, here's the thing. That was his first big version of, I'm going to take this hero and turn him to a villain.
No, that was not his first time he's doing that. So.
Okay, what did he do before that one?
I'm trying to think of before it was in Crisis. No. He made Wally a villain.
Well, to be honest, but Wally, actually, that is sorry, that's even a bigger version. You're right. Yeah, and that was in continuity.
Yeah, that
was in continuity. Yeah. No, Strange Adventures came after.
I think Heroes in Crisis was first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one he did was good, but also had the same element. I don't know if anybody read it. The future no, not feature. Like it's almost like an old woman, Catwoman book. Did you ever read that one? Catwoman and Joker.
With Joker.
Yeah. Where
I think that was like a special also.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Like my 6 issues.
It wasn't a graphic novel type of book, was it?
No, she was
about six, 7 issues
or something, and then Joker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think
And the daughter of Catwoman was saying, investigating to find out that her mom was a killer of Joker.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, their daughter. Yeah, the daughter.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's push it.
But you guys know Tom King is part of the
writers' room
brain tank. For the new DC universe.
There are other people there that will be able to rein him in, so it's not just a solo effort.
I hope so.
I don't think he's bad. I just think he needs someone as well to be like, oh, okay, you know what?
I don't think he's suited to consistent monthly books in a big event. I think it's best right like the graphic novel types.
Isn't that the graphic novels you don't like? That was
but at the moment, right? What's happening now? He's churning them out.
Yeah, but he has one that I'm really looking forward to. That's the Black Cat one that's coming out in November. I am like one, it's Black Cat, and I really like Diana Lane a lot. And then 2, it's a tournament style.
Diana what?
Is it
that's not Black Cat. That's not Black Cat. That's this person.
Black Canary.
Black Canary.
I got so confused when you said that.
This one, I'm not sure about this one though, because it's Black Canary going up against the best of the best fighters.
Yes, it's going to be a tournament style book as well. And I like tournaments. So
I like tournaments, but I'm going to feel sick in my stomach reading Black Canary beating Lady Shiva, beating
Wait. So, don't tell me you not read that book already. There's a book like that exactly where Black Canary was dealing with all these top martial artists. Who wrote it? About 10 years ago? It was quite a good book. Before Richard Dragon, like all your top.
Yeah.
That's why they elevated Black Canary to like in the top. I don't know what you got top 10 martial artists in DC. I remember that. I remember that book. Very well.
We didn't read it. She's not. There's a reason why she didn't enter top 10 on our list.
Well, no, she is in DC. In DC, she's considered since that book anyway. She's considered up there. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Moving on to any last things you want to talk about. I'll read this book just to see. But let's move on to Marvel and Marvel's Blood Hunt.
Yes.
So this is like the latest. I'm reading it currently.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the latest Marvel event where basically the big bad has taken hold of all the Dark Force Dimension users and has taken control of them and used the Dark Force Dimension to block out the sun and create.
Didn't they just do that like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
For Venom. King in Black?
Yeah. Didn't he just block out the sun?
Yes, King in Black.
They blocked it again. Deal with it.
Okay.
They blocked it again.
Exactly. So all the what are their names? The vampires have come out, and so I don't know whether to spoil it, whether or not the big bad is Blade.
Spoil it, please.
The big bad is Blade. Blade is the one that's taking control. So now his daughter has teamed up with Dracula of the Vampire Nation to take down Blade, and Blade has taken out the Avengers. Has taken out a lot of people, basically. Anyway, so still reading it. He's bitten Doctor Strange. He's bitten Miles Morales. He's bitten
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Yes. He bit Black Panther as well. So it's, to be fair, I don't mind the arts. I don't mind the story. It's
you don't mind the story.
So there's some new canon coming out of
particularly the Avengers the main run. Sorry, the main Blood Hunts. I think it's like 8 issues. It's not
Okay.
bad.
Because it feels like a pointless story.
I would actually say it was quite a good event. I wouldn't lie. I thought it was going to be pointless. Well, notice I just thought it was just going to be, oh god, another Venom type.
Yeah.
They actually referenced Venom, the whole All Night saga in it.
Okay.
Towards the end, it actually was not a bad event.
Okay.
Cat reading it now, and it's making me hesitate to spoil it.
Spoil it, please.
Don't spoil it. I mean, it's my fault for being behind. So yeah.
So the big bad for half of the run is Blade.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's not Blade.
Yeah. I know he's been taking control.
Okay, yeah. So he's been taken control by the first vampire guy called Varnai or whatever his name is.
Yes.
And he's the one doing all of this. Now, a lot of things happen in this event, but it has at the end of like a lot of events, nothing really changes apart from the main character behind it, stuff like that.
Yes.
The event of this has left a massive change in the whole of Marvel. Without telling you how this happens, I will just mention some of the new status quo in Marvel now. So currently now, vampires in the Marvel universe now can they walk? All of them.
All of them do walk.
Oh wow!
They can all day walk now.
That was what he wanted to achieve, wasn't it? So he was more or less successful.
No. It's a reverse. He wanted to make it always night, and they can roam out. In a way, in his defeat, the vampires end up getting a better deal.
Are they all still bad? Like Miles Morales?
No, those who are
the good ones are good, the bad ones are bad.
The morality of the vampires has not changed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now they've lost one of their major weaknesses. Limitations is gone. Miles Morales is still a vampire post the event. He's not been cured, unlike the other ones.
Okay.
Black Panther cured himself via Wakanda stuff.
Jazz, witchcraft, yeah.
Yes, and Doctor Strange also. Now the Doctor Strange one ties in with one of the biggest changes now. Doctor Doom basically saves the Earth.
Okay.
Doctor Doom is the one who resolves everything, basically. Okay. But in doing so, Doom being Doom, he as part of his to save Earth, he doesn't do anything without a second layer, a third layer, a fourth layer of plan. He basically conned Doctor Strange, and Doctor Doom is now the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was expecting that.
Yes. Okay. So he's now the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth. Doctor Strange is pissed, but can't do fuck all about it. Claire is annoyed. But Claire said, I will stay because we had to try and write this.
Yeah.
But that's how it is now. And one thing I like about Doom is when this went down, the one country that had no issue was Latveria.
Yeah.
Because Doom had his spells in place already for something like this.
Stuff.
Yeah. You know. So it's a good event, and I like the fact that there's post-consequence past it. I don't like Miles Morales being a vampire. Same way I never liked Jubilee being a vampire. So I never liked things like that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I don't know how long they're gonna leave
Miles
in that state. But the events ended, and we've had a couple of comics post the event where Miles is still a vampire.
Okay.
Is Black Panther still a vampire as well?
No, he's cured. Wakanda voodoo magic has cured him.
He went to Wakanda and got killed.
Yeah. The event also involves a lot of the myth, what do you call it? The gods of myths. So you had Asgard involved. You had Khonshu and Co involved, and you also had the Egyptian gods involved. I think there's one other set of gods that got involved. I can't remember the third lot. Unless it's only three.
Yeah. We need to revisit the concept of events. I'm tired.
But to be honest, this one is way better than Venom. And the nature of the nature of the event as well allows, and this might be a personal preference. So some of the titles that were like cool titles, are people like one of my favorite persons. What's her name? Ella. Oh God.
Who is this person? Bloodstone.
Yeah, Bloodstone. Sorry,
Elsa
thank you.
Bloodstone.
Yeah,
Okay.
Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah.
I love that character. I actually love Daywalker's daughter. She's quite a good character.
Yeah, Brienne.
Yeah, Brienne.
Brienne
Yeah.
Brooks.
Whose daughter?
Blade.
Blade's
Blade.
daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has a daughter.
So you see, so there's a lot of the monster level, street level type characters who get to do a bit more. Moon Knight's arc in this book was very good.
Yeah.
So
and not just I like as you
Yeah.
said Moon Knight, but
yeah.
also it was like the Midnight Mission, like his guys.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, let me take that back. The Midnight Mission had a very good role to take part.
Yeah.
And anyway, what this event did, they kind of sidelined the big guns early doors.
Yeah.
So your Thors, all the big boys were sidelined because they were the ones taken out in the first attack, basically. So it remained all these other characters to try and rescue. Basically, to win, they had to free those guys to bring them back in the battle. But oh, what's his character's name? Oh, I enjoyed it. Oh, it gets right now.
Dagger.
Oh no, I like Dagger. No, there was one other character that was and it's gone again.
Tigra. Hunter's Moon.
No, that's all the Midnight Mission, right?
Yeah. So
there was somebody else I can't remember. Anyway, it was a good event in my mind, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Surprisingly,
the main books particularly were quite good. The main, but you know,
and even Strange Academy had a big role.
Oh yes, that's true.
To play
that's true.
In it as well.
Most kids have left the school.
Yeah. So
okay. It's worth reading.
I think it's worth reading, even if you just read the
main one.
The main books.
Yeah.
And maybe the Moon Knight ones. Hand in hand. I like the fact that Khonshu was imprisoned in Asgard. So one of the missions was basically free Khonshu, from the Asgardians. It was a good book.
Yeah. I like that it was one of the demolition crew that there.
Yes. Our friend the Wrecker.
What's his name?
Yeah, the Wrecker.
Yeah, the Wrecker. Sorry.
Yeah. He was very fun. Yeah, so there's a lot of what you normally call B level, C level characters that got to shine in this whole arc, and not bad at all.
Okay. What would you rate it? What would you rate it out of 5 stars if you had to rate it?
You don't give 5 stars. Okay, I would give it a 3.5.
Okay.
I'll give it 3.5.
Okay.
I was gonna say 8, but no. Let's do that. 3.5 is where it should be.
Fair. Okay.
In a way, I think the person who had the greatest disservice was Blade himself. Because I think he was a plot device in a way. He was taking over. His body was used to do the damage. He didn't really do much to resolve it. So he had to be saved in a way.
So taking a step back, you said you like this event, but is this an event that you think would resonate for years to come? Like, it is not resonate. Is this an event in the next 5 years you would remember as one of those events?
I would have to say no, and I said, and I'll clarify my no, because I think they will quickly. I can't see Miles Morales being left as he is. Beyond.
Not even the ramifications.
No
events
the answer is still no, because
still no.
The changes are to status quo of individuals. The vampire, the biggest change that affects Marvel Universe itself is vampires daywalking.
Yeah.
Now, if a few months down the line, nobody's showing that as an issue in Marvel, then it's nothing. Or 3 months down the line, Doctor Strange or Doom removes that. Because I don't know what they're going to do with this. Because in my mind, if all of a sudden you have these vampires who are 90% of them are vicious animals.
Yeah.
They're not able to walk around. It should be an issue. It should be a major issue.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
You know,
I think I think they all fall under the Vampire Nation. So basically, Dracula is going to be the one that's going to be in charge of them. But again,
but they're not in Russia now. Isn't his nation in Russia?
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're right, but if you're not under his nation, then basically you're a renegade, right? So anybody can kill you. But if you want the protection,
that's the character we didn't talk about. Dracula has a big role in this. Well, obviously. So I totally forgot. Yeah, he had his own arc, and he teamed up with Blaze Otter for most of the duration.
With Blaze Otter with Brian.
Yeah. No, so why I'm asking that question, I'm not talking about ramifications, but like
all
when we talk of Marvel events, we're talking of events that we remember. Even in this past couple of years, like when we talk of Civil War, even though they quickly reverse everything and return it back to status quo, it's still an event.
Right. No, it won't be a Civil War because the Civil War had the big boys. It's not. Yeah, it's not a Civil War. It's not a Secret Wars. It's not.
To answer your question, this isn't.
No, exactly. It's not one of those ones.
It's not one of those events.
Well enough, the level is at. Actually, it's not even at that level. I was going to say it's not even at Mutant Massacre level because that still reverberates to today.
Yeah.
The issue is nobody of a big name died. So
I mean, no big name died in Secret Wars. No, they all came back.
Yeah, but people died and then they came back. But Cap died. Somebody killed Giant Man. There was some actions taken by heroes in that caused friction. That's why it reverberates. But this is a villain. So really, if you do the villain, nobody vampire. We're talking about vampires. Nobody's gonna care about the status quo.
No, because what about compared these events to the Avengers versus the X-Men versus Immortals? What are they called again?
Huh?
No, not Immortals. These guys, Eternals.
Eternals.
Yeah, the one that this guy wrote last year.
This is more Avengers versus Eternals. You mean?
No, X-Men.
Yeah, versus Eternals. Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
sorry, I remember now. It was
Avengers X-Men.
You know what? Same level. Even that one. If you didn't mention it, I wouldn't even remember that.
I will even say that I would say that this one probably ranks more than that one because that one I would not have remembered. Look,
as a story.
So bad stories, King in Black, and that's why I remember it because it's so bad.
It's bad.
The ones that I don't think about anymore. AXE is one. Civil War 2 is another. Avengers X-Men Eternals.
Okay.
Is another one.
AVX.
Despite there were some parts that were good, but I don't remember it. Do you remember Empire? The EMPYRE. That
Jesus, that was bad.
That
was bad.
Swordman and Mantis' son is the main bad guy. I don't remember that one. That was last year or 2 years ago. So there are some nothing events. I don't know if this was going to be
so this is not a nothing event for you.
I don't think it. I don't think so. I don't think so. If we're going to change that, and if it's going to end up with this guy being the Sorcerer Supreme, I assume it's going to happen for a while.
Forget all this. Like I'm not even talking about.
Can I forget it? Isn't that an impact?
No. It's like no. See, when we talk about impact in comics, it's like for me at this point with events, all impacts usually change back and it becomes status quo. Oh, so for me, when I talk about the story, like the story itself by itself, is it a good story? Like, oh wow, I remember when this happened. Right. Yeah,
it's a good story, but because it has most likely no long-lasting impact beyond a year, you will not remember it. That A versus that Humans, to me, that's a good story. I enjoyed it. Yes, especially when Unas, the one you mentioned, the Eternals versus X-Men versus good story.
Some parts of it were very well written. Very well written.
Some that Unas guy who has 1 hour to make everybody.
Jesus Christ! I remember that guy.
But technically, if you had mentioned it, if you had mentioned it, I would not remember that event. So it's a good. I think it was good, but
it was fun at the time. But
but is it memorable? No. I wouldn't say it's something that's it's not a crisis. It's definitely not a Muto massacre. It's definitely not a Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. But Secret Wars, because if you're going by memorable,
AVX is memorable, but it's shit.
AVX?
Yes, I remember it because how bad it was. Yes.
AVX was really bad.
It had things in it that are memorable, things that it did that annoyed a lot of people.
You know what? Yes. Let's talk about events next week. Like, let's talk about events. We'll rank them. Like, we'll pick up all these events. We'll rank
events last week.
But that's about acts.
Yeah,
like,
it's the same thing, man.
It's all the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
Because like all these events, the way you're ranking them, I'm like, AVX was.
Yeah, but it's memorable.
AVX. I go like
AVX was what?
It was utter shit.
So what did you just say?
We agree.
Yeah,
So
what's the memorable about AVX?
When they tell you to list events, you remember it because it's shit. That is why you remember it.
I would also remember AXE because I remember a lot of events.
I would never remember AXE.
It's the same problem. And to me, it was good, but I wouldn't remember it.
I never remember it.
AVX is memorable because it's so bad. That's why it's memorable.
You remember it. We're not saying it's not bad. It's
okay. Venom, King, you always remember that, but not because it's good. You will always remember that.
But I would always remember AXE because of the fight when the Eternals were coming and they were dying and the Mutants were dying and they were
until you mentioned it, that one. But as soon as you mentioned it, I go, yes, I remember. Yes, thanks.
That was a cool. That was actually not bad, to be fair.
It had some great moments.
Yes, because that was my last favorite event from Marvel, the AXE thing. Before they tried to kill off the Krakow experiment bastards.
Okay. All right, so we will. We'll read this. I'll read this Marvel. I think I'll finish Blood Hunts next week. So I'm going to give two reviews. I'm going to talk about Blood Hunts, and I'm going to talk about The Crow next week.
Okay. So good luck with that. Thank you for your sacrifice.
That's a lot of homework. Okay. Yeah. We appreciate you. The podcast appreciates you.
Yeah. We're about to listen to you next week.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, we salute you.
I reckon I can. I reckon it's doable. It's doable.
Yeah.
I'll focus.
Well, for me, I'll be doing the easy assignment. I'll be watching the Superman movies 1 and 2 only.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, are you going to report back on this?
Yeah, I'll report back on this.
I'm very scared.
You're not judging with the eyes of 2024, though.
Yeah. No, I think my eyes will be a lot more forgiving than I was when I was younger.
Okay.
I struggle to watch the first one. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Especially Superman 1.
Well, don't talk
after beyond a certain point. You start. Oh God! This is not really. It doesn't age well at all. You know, the casual gaslighting, casual sexism, casual. There's so many problematic stuff in it. But beyond that, the lack of logic towards the end is amazing. But yes, fond memories of watching it as a kid. So
So so I would watch those two, and we'll see how it goes from there. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll talk about that next week. Anything else this week, guys? It's like a short one.
It's a short one. It's a short one, you know.
It's not a short one. We've gone over an hour already.
Actually, yeah, within an hour. Actually, so the problem is we started talking too much.
we should find a way to reduce our.
Yeah. Yes.
So we've talked about what they're doing next week. We'll give you guys a couple of reviews, and the week after that, I think we should be having. No, Agatha and the Penguin won't have dropped yet.
Not yet. No, those are still.
No,
that's in
time. A couple of more weeks for those ones to drop.
Okay. Sure. All right, guys. Let's say our goodbyes. So thank you, listeners, again for joining us on episode 197. This is Naija's Geeking Out. Remember to rate, like, and subscribe on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll talk to you next week. The Wakandan.
So let's see what I'm going to be next week if I'm here next week. Stay tuned.
Oh, true. You said today.
Yeah, goodbye, guys. See you next week.
That one.
I know what Red's going to be next week. He's going to be in a straight jacket. But to our listeners out there, once again, thanks for listening, and we'll see you later.
Okay.